I don't know. Imagine how crazy it would be if, like when people see UFOs and like, oh, what if they don't come from outer space? What if they come from that giant hole that's in Antarctica, where these complex cities are? And they're like, that's where, when we see UFOs, they're not coming from space. They're coming from in our Earth, just coming and visit.
Yeah, some people believe that for sure.
Hey, blast off, I can talk my ass off. Hey, smoke you what you seen and I'll tell you what I saw. Hollywood, what you think and I'll tell you what I thought. And we can talk about it all when we here on Trash Talk. Hey.
What's going on, everybody? We're back with another episode of the Trash Talkers podcast.
We made it.
We made it, Smoke.
Yeah.
What's up, broski? How you been? What's new? What's new?
Man, everything's new. Everything's going on. Man, I'm just glad it's getting to be fall finally.
Oh, yes.
You know, they were saying that. I forgot what time they said, but they said fall started at like 6 o'clock in the evening or something.
Really?
I'm like, how do you determine exactly the minute it starts?
Dude, I heard something. Well, yes, I am happy that fall is coming. And being in Georgia, literally, it might be 40 degrees one day, and the next day it'll be 113. And then the next day it'll snow. It's like, we have the weirdest weather ever.
You know, everybody says that, though. Like, every state, if you ask them, they all say the same thing.
They say, if you don't like it, just wait a minute.
Yeah, if you don't like the weather here, just wait a minute. Like, but is that just everywhere?
I'm sorry, but I think Georgia's true, bro.
Everybody says it, though.
I think it's something about Georgia.
Like, really, you talk to anybody from any state, they're going to say that. Man. Maybe not in, like, Southern California or something. They usually have a temperate or tropical or whatever all the time, right?
Temperate?
Yeah, temperate. You don't like words, do you?
I love words. They're so you talking to me. Yes, the trash talkers are watching, but I mean, come on, bro. Just use English. Just the temperature is normal year round, basically.
It kind of is there though, right? Because I remember next Friday when it was like Christmas time, and he was like, "Fool, it's 80 degrees."
Rancho Cucamonga.
Yeah,
dude, I saw something, and I want to get your opinion on this. Okay, so what year is it right now?
It's 22.
2022. Okay, if every single person on this planet, if every device, everything on this earth that has a clock or a time set their phone or their calendar to 2023, then what year is it?
Well, if we all decided, then it's 23.
So what happens to the whole year? It's like, I mean,
time is a kind of a concept, made by men. So really, whatever year we say it is.
Man, I know a lot of people, like, there's this theory that this isn't technically 2022. Like,
I've heard that for sure.
What is it? They say it's like 1861 or something like that.
I've heard a few different ones where they're like, but the calendar is wrong. Well, does it really matter if the calendar is wrong? Like, there is no way that scientists could trace it back to day one. Because that was millions of years ago.
No, it wasn't millions. It was thousands, because I think the Gregorian
calendar... the calendar started at a certain time, but time existed before that calendar.
Yeah, and when does time technically exist? Was it at the Big Bang? Is that when we start?
Exactly, yeah. So, really, it's whatever year most people agree that it is.
So, here's people say dinosaurs existed 400 million years ago, right? Or something like that, you know? Yeah. Am I somewhere in the ballpark?
I think it's more like 200, right?
Okay, 200.
I'd have to look it up, though.
So 200 million years. So what year was it when they were alive?
That's what I'm saying. There's no way to actually trace it all the way back to find out. You can have an estimate, but, there's no way we're ever going to, decide, the whole world decides, well, that was day one.
Right.
But when was day one? The primordial ooze? When
the birth of Jesus, or when?
When the moon crashed into the earth, or when the planet crashed into the earth and
formed
the moon.
Did that really happen? No, wait. Let me say this.
They don't have video of it. So.
No, but they do say that the moon is an anomaly. Like, they say, they don't know why it's there or how it got there, and
there's theories.
Yes, I mean they do say the moon is an anomaly, and I can't remember exactly the details of it, but they say there are.
But there's other planets with moons.
Yeah, I mean Jupiter has like 30, I think.
But that's the thing.
But
like,
they say ours is slightly different. Like ours is different from other moons. And
rather than a body traveling by and getting sucked into orbit, we actually had something collide with the Earth, and all the fragments eventually just condensed back together.
So you're saying the moon came from Earth? It was a part of Earth?
Some of it possibly would have been.
So where is the crater at on Earth where the moon is?
It could be in the ocean. Who knows?
Okay. So also here's something else. Now if you go outside right now and you like look at or at night and you look at a crater or you look at the moon and you see there's craters like facing Earth.
Yeah.
Like so then where did those craters come from? If they're facing Earth, it's almost like
asteroids and things flying around that actually hit the moon.
But if they're facing Earth, you know what I mean? Like it's almost like we were hitting it. If I can get it if it's on the back, but they're on the front, like because nothing hit us and the moon's right there.
Yeah, there's been many that's hit us.
Yeah, you're right. But not when.
I mean, why are the dinosaurs not here anymore?
I mean,
there you go.
Dude, we could go conspiracy corner right now. We could go conspiracy corner right now.
Yeah.
No, but I do bringing up have you all right? And we're gonna hop on the list of the top 10 bands that broke down. I think we're on number 4 now. I think it is.
Yeah, we're getting down there.
Yeah. And real quick, let's go ahead and read the top.
Yeah, the top comments from the last episode.
Absolutely, and that's what we're doing, guys. Again, thank y'all so much for all the positive reception you guys give us.
We love the feedback, guys. Yes. If you haven't noticed, that's been like the basis of our channel from the beginning. Is you guys giving us feedback?
Yes. I mean, and that's what we do here on the Trash Talkers podcast. On every new podcast, we go and we read the top 3 comments. So our last one, let's see. Okay, we've got one. Okay, well, sometimes YouTube doesn't put the top. Okay,
I know, like they don't put them in order for something.
Yeah, that's weird.
There'll be like a random comment from 30 seconds ago, number 1.
Oh wow. Okay, this one's. Imagine me reading this.
Wow, that's a giant comment.
Imagine me reading that.
Yeah.
I mean.
Great comment.
Great comment. We appreciate it.
A little too long for the show, but yeah.
All right, so we'll start for number 3 and then go to number 1. So number 3 is from Sam Hain 606. He says, and this was against the Rage Against the Machine breaking up. He says Zach should have enough material to write 10 albums after the last 2 years.
I wonder if he means like stuff that's been going on in his life, or if he's talking about the political situations.
Maybe that's what it is, politically and life.
Yeah.
Okay. The next top comment is from William Drake. Zach was already planning on taking a hiatus for 18 months to 2 years, where there was no writing anything for Rage, touring, no work, just a hiatus. They were supposed to reunite in 2003 and start working again. It's just one of those things where they didn't. As far as Comerford, him and Zach had known each other since elementary school, and Rage was going hard and heavy from 91 to 2000. Infighting is going to happen, especially with so many headstrong people.
Oh yeah, of course.
Cause you actually said that. You said when you have so many, like, I want to be the leader, I want to be in front.
Yeah, egos. Yeah,
100%. Number 1 comment comes from Sour Girl. She has 3 coffee cup emojis. And said, or I'm sorry, 5 coffee cup emojis.
Yeah.
She says, I'm literally sitting on my couch drinking coffee and watching you guys before I start getting ready for the day.
That's amazing.
Awesome. We appreciate it. Yeah.
I love the comments too where people are like, man, I'm watching this at 3 a.m. over here, you know?
I love it.
It's
just, guys, we can say a trillion words, but the best way for us to say it is just thank you.
Thank you. Absolutely.
All right, real quick, can I go back to some kind of conspiracy real quick?
Yeah.
Have you heard that the Earth might be hollow, and that the entrance to the Earth is in Antarctica? Now, and guys, y'all can Google this, do your Googles, check up on this. But there is an admiral that was
Admiral Byrd.
Admiral Byrd. Yes, he flew over flew over Antarctica, and he said he saw a giant hole, and inside that hole was cities, was huge trees, and came back and he got offed. Like, he just, and then maybe I want to say 5 or 10 months after he said that he saw that, every nation on Earth made a treaty to where, hey, you can't go here.
Mm-hmm.
Like every nation. It seems a little suspicious. It's
a lot of people believe that some of the Nazi officials moved there also.
Yes.
Rather than South America.
Well, a lot of them did. Dude, there are some places.
There's definitely some that went to South America.
There are some towns in Argentina that only speak German.
Yeah.
But no, speak on the Antarctica.
Oh, well, I don't, you would think, unless it really is this giant secret, that we would have some kind of photos. If you look on, is it Google Earth?
Well, you can't go. That's the thing. You won't get a photo because you can't go.
There's some people that have been there. Like
you can go to
They
the
have
outskirts.
explored Antarctica, yeah.
Well, yeah, you can't go. Apparently, from what I've heard, because of the treaty of the United Treaty that every country, you can do the outskirts, and there are like boats and planes that'll take you out there to check out, the ice, but you're not going
all the way to the middle.
Yeah, you're not going there.
If it's as treacherous as they say it is, then you would have a hard time getting there anyway. But I think isn't it Google Earth where there's the giant hole in the middle?
Yeah,
and that just shows nothing.
What's in that hole?
Yeah,
and not only that, there's also pyramids. They're like pyramid structures on Google Earth. You guys can Google all this right now. They're pyramids in Antarctica.
Yeah,
like what the heck? Like
it could either be naturally forming or someone built them,
dude.
Or there could be a time when it wasn't completely covered in snow.
So you said naturally forming. Now, what I was taught in school is there's no straight lines and there are no complete circles in nature.
I know, but over millions and millions of years, there could be just an anomaly that happens. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it did or didn't happen, but everybody's seen like a rock or a mountain crack into a straight line sometimes, right?
I don't know, but when they say straight, I mean like straight. Or a perfect circle.
We would need someone to explore that and actually make sure it is all perfectly man-made straight.
I don't know. Imagine how crazy it would be if, like when people see UFOs and like, oh, what if they don't come from outer space? What if they come from that giant hole that's in Antarctica, where these complex cities are, and they're like, that's where, when we see UFOs, they're not coming from space. They're coming from in our Earth, just coming and visit.
Yeah, I mean, some people believe that for sure.
It's a theory. Let's just say that.
I'd like to. I mean, I say I'd like to go see for myself.
No, you wouldn't.
But I don't know.
No, you wouldn't. I know you like cold weather, and I love cold weather too. But
do you want to go through that much hellish territory to find it?
Well, Admiral Byrd. Admiral Byrd. He did it, and you got to think about it, dude. Like, if they said, "Listen, all right, I'm gonna keep it real with you. If I know I would never take this job, but if Behringer Hollywood Six Bonds was the president of the United States, the first thing I'm gonna say, where are the aliens? I swear.
I think a lot of them have said that in the past.
I want to know. I want to know where are the aliens. That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
I mean,
and if they say yes or no, you're gonna have to keep it a secret.
Yeah, I ain't gonna tell nobody. I just want to know for myself. I mean, I might.
We all want to know.
Trash talkers.
I might just leak a little something here and there.
Just a little bit.
But then they'll just call you crazy if you
Exactly. That's the thing. That's the thing, man. It's very interesting. I mean, we could sit here and talk. Let's jump into the list.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. So number 4 on the top 10 bands that are broken up, and if we can do a quick background on where we were before.
Yeah.
So number 10 was actually Blink-182, and then number 9 was Blondie, and then number 8 was Cream, number 7 was Oasis, number 6 was Rage Against the Machine, number 5 was The Clash, and today, number 4 band that is broken up, or that broke up, is Refused.
Refused. Now, this is a band I've never heard of.
I've never heard of Refused. Maybe they were refused.
They look more modern from the picture we get here.
Yeah. Just a quick synopsis on it. It says 1998's The Shape of Punk. Oh, they're a punk band. Yeah. So 1998's The Shape of Punk to Come LP was meant to challenge philosophical and musical notions of hardcore punk. Instead, it got such underwhelming reception and promotion that the Refused could only play empty and or chaotic basement and coffee house shows in support. And the fatalistic announcement, "Refused or effing dead," they cite their stops in Atlanta, Georgia, and Harrisonburg, Virginia, in September and October of 1998, respectively, as cementing their decision. Their poor attendance deflated the refused, as well as aided their conclusion that they just couldn't disrupt the parasitic relationship between art and capitalism. They officially reunited in 2014. See, again, this is where the comments come in. This is because they really didn't give much.
No, because how big were they before this? You know, if they're only playing little basement shows, like what lands them on this list? Like why are they notable enough
to be number 4?
List? Yeah,
I mean, and maybe
they were huge at one point. And then it just fell apart?
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe it's like, you know, some of the members of the band were probably like, dude, we used to do arenas.
Yeah.
Now we're doing Starbucks on a Thursday.
Yeah, like, exactly. And I mean, that, you know, you think as being a starving artist, you're like, no, just keep going. But if you come from a bigger spot, you know, you're playing not even arenas, just like big clubs and things like that. And then all of a sudden you can't sell 30 tickets in Atlanta. Then maybe, maybe it's already ran the course.
Yeah, I mean, and literally, they probably performed at the Masquerade here in Atlanta. Yeah. And sometimes they just let you walk in for free.
Well, think about the Tabernacle. Like, if you want to play the basement, the Cotton Club, if it's still called the Cotton Club, I haven't been there in years, but, you know, that's a tiny little basement show.
Yeah.
Or the Masquerade's Hell.
Yeah.
What was the Purgatory was the smallest one? Yeah,
Purgatory was the best one, I thought.
No, Purgatory was the small one right there on the when you walk in the front doors. It was on the left.
Yeah.
I've played all 3 of those.
And if y'all don't know, they have different like stages and parts of if you can perform. It's called Heaven, Purgatory.
Yeah, Heaven's where the bigger artists
I remember going. It was a rave night and going to. Actually, no, Heaven was more like punk rock, and then Purgatory was more like rap.
I saw a lot of rap.
Yeah, a lot of rap. Purgatory, but dude, I remember going down to Hell, and I'm talking. This is for the trash talkers. I'm talking hanging out with Molly. And it was rave city, bro.
Yeah.
I'm talking just...
It probably is certain nights they would do that. Yeah.
It was like on a Saturday. I'll never forget it.
But if a big artist comes in, you know, it doesn't matter what genre. If they're big enough to pack out Heaven, that's where they're going.
Exactly.
I actually saw that, too, where I'd be opening up shows, and it was set for Heaven. You know, and they didn't sell enough tickets. So they're like, we're moving you guys down to Hell.
Yeah. That's awesome. You're not good enough to be in Heaven, so we're just going to sing you down.
Purgatory was nice, too. They had that little
Purgatory
outdoor
the best.
area you can hang out in right beside the stage.
Yes, I like Purgatory the best. But no, as far as the Refused, man, it's like, again, we have to come to the comments here, guys, because, like, for some reason, now that I'm speaking the name The Refused, I feel like I do know a song by them.
Really?
I feel like there's a popular song that I think you probably would know as well.
Huh.
But I don't...
Could it be something like that where they were actually popular, maybe even on the radio?
Like a one-hit wonder?
But they couldn't draw a crowd. I'm not saying that is, because I'm sure there's somebody who's going to be in the comments like, that's my favorite band. No, these guys are great.
And
I'm not
wait
saying
to check
that.
them out.
They might be wonderful. I'm just saying sometimes that happens in music to where you can sell lots of albums, but nobody comes to your show.
Prime example I heard, Ghost, right? We love Ghost. Yeah. Ghost gets millions and millions. He's performed on Jimmy Kimmel, late night shows, all these shows. Yeah. But they don't sell out. They would only book them in arenas, and apparently there's like
too much.
There's no one there.
Yeah.
It's like you need to do like clubs first.
Scale it down a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know. I think when they came here, they did freaking what's the Phillips? Yeah.
Wow.
And it was empty. You know.
Yeah.
But
I'm a lot of seats to fill.
I'm up. Yes.
I'll go watch Ghost.
Heck yeah, I'll sit there and watch them.
Yeah.
What we got is number 3 on this list.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, one thing I was gonna say too is it could also be something where they had a resurgence after the breakup too.
Well, they said they reunited too.
Yeah, exactly. It could be that over time, you know, people just start attaching to it whereas they might not have been during their original run.
Previously, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man, another punk band. It seems like this happens a lot in punk, huh?
Yeah, we had, no, not.
Oh, we had Blondie.
Rage, we had Blink-182, Cream.
Blink-182 is punk.
That's punk? Yeah, I guess that is punk. You're right.
That's pop punk, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
But anyway, it's the Sex Pistols.
Listen, we did I like the Sex Pistols.
Yeah.
What was the songs?
God Save the Queen, right?
Love it, man. I love the Sex Pistols.
Yeah.
Okay, what happened? What happened?
All right, the Sex Pistols' first U.S. tour in 1978 should have strengthened their bond and prospects. On the contrary, it was an absolute debacle that resulted in the group imploding halfway into the month. Wow. As revealed in the Blood on the Turntable.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, not me. The Sex Pistols documentary. Oh, actually, they might have said that.
Yeah.
Manager Malcolm McLaren purposefully booked appearances in the Deep South to incite animosity.
Wow.
Consequently, bassist Sid Vicious reportedly assaulted concert goers. Wow. That behavior, coupled with his perceived isolation from the rest of the band, forced singer Johnny Rotten to end their January 14th show in San Francisco extremely early. Several days later, he confirmed their breakup.
Dude, this ties in so well because remember we did the most hated artists on the podcast?
Yeah. And that was
they were in there.
Yeah.
And what you just said there, that kind of explains a lot of why they were hated, you know?
Yeah.
And even coming to the South, like, why are...
Well, let me read that part again.
I mean, why the South? I mean, I think if you're...
The manager, Malcolm McLaren, purposefully booked appearances in the Deep South to incite animosity.
But why? What?
That's what I'm wondering.
Where's the animosity coming from that's going to incite people?
I guess he knew their music. This was the late 70s.
I mean,
so
was
the
it like...
South wasn't accepting to British punk music at that time. But why book those shows? I mean, I'm sure there were outliers. There were people that were into it, for sure. You know, probably the people hanging out at Junkman's Daughter at that time.
Oh, man.
They were probably loving the Sex Pistols.
Man,
but
I'm repping Atlanta to the day. Good.
But I wonder how that played out. Because, yeah, you can get those people in there, and they're going to be into it. Were there other people showing up like, hey, let's just go see what this Sex Pistols stuff is about?
I mean, and then with the name, they say, two things that will always sell is sex and violence. And just having the
you
name,
think
the
they just
Sex
saw like
Pistols,
a flyer and they're like, let's go check this
exactly.
out. Yeah. And then they get there like, oh, this is punk.
I mean, apparently Johnny Rotten and Sid Vicious.
Yeah.
I mean, they were some bad boys. Dude.
They went at it.
Dude, I saw a comment on the last video we did that Johnny Rotten and Sid Vicious, they would have competitions on who could do the most drugs. Like, they both would buy like an 8-ball. Both would get 2 8-balls, and who can get done with it quicker. It's like, god dang, dude.
Man.
I mean, yeah, that's the rock star lifestyle, though, dude.
It is.
Can you name one rock star that was never on drugs, just has always been sober? No alcohol, no cigarettes, no nothing. Can you think of any?
Yeah. I'm blanking on the name right now.
I thought you was thinking
Black Flag.
the
Punk Rock Zombies.
oh crap.
I got his picture on my dang Instagram. He did the song with Maynard.
Yes.
Why am I blanking on his name?
Come on, bro.
Hold on, let me pull up.
This is terrible.
I know.
Let's see.
Where is
this?
Henry Rollins.
Yes. Straight
Edge. Yes.
Huh.
You know what? CM Punk reminds me of Henry Rollins so much.
Wow.
Just their attitude, and at one point in time, you could actually find pictures of both of them where they had the exact same look too, and that's probably by Punk's own doing. You know, he wanted that look, to look like Henry Rollins, but I don't know for sure.
Wait, wasn't there a wrestler, Henry? Oh no, I'm thinking Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins, yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
That's probably where he got the name from.
Yes,
though.
exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, I think he modeled his attitude after Henry Rollins. But it's Punk lifestyle, man.
That's it, man.
Even though I think Henry Rollins, he actually mentions punk when he's talking, but they seem to be more of a hardcore band.
When you say mention punk, what do you mean?
Like, I've heard interviews where he was like, oh, yeah, we were playing to the crazy punk rockers, blah, blah, blah.
Wasn't he a punk rocker?
I guess. I mean, how do you consider hardcore to be punk? A form of punk?
Not really.
Yeah.
Not really. Huh.
But maybe they were blending genres too, You guys can inform us on that, yeah.
Again, y'all, when it comes to the podcast and the reaction videos, we are 100% in those.
Yeah.
Smoked out.
What
WTF.
WTF, man.
Again, I have to preface this. WTF does not stand for what the... It stands for...
What the Florida.
What you got for me today?
All right, like we've been doing, I'm going to give you 2 headlines, and you're going to tell me which one comes from Florida.
Okay.
And which one comes from Colorado this time.
Colorado.
Yes.
So, okay, what you got?
This one, actually, I'm seeing if I can give you... I don't have the exact city.
Oh, Lord.
But it's in Colorado.
Okay.
All right. Alleged mad pooper spokesman says pooping in public is a First Amendment issue. That's the headline.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
And the other one is man driving with clown mannequin had live grenade in his pickup truck.
Why?
Well, we'll get into that.
Okay. Pooping is a...
Mad pooper. Someone
pooper
that goes around pooping in
versus
people's yards and stuff.
The Uber driver with the clown.
With the clown.
Live grenade.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to say the pooper is Florida. Definitely Florida. And I'm going to say the clown Uber driver is Colorado.
It's actually not Uber. It's just a man driving with a clown. Yeah.
Just joking, yeah.
You actually have them completely backwards again.
Man, I since we've been doing this, I've only got one right. Go ahead.
I'll try to give you ones that I'll pick something that sounds like a Florida man.
Yeah, like that sounds Florida-ish to me. Shout out to the Floridians.
You want to hear about Florida or Colorado first?
Let's do the pooper. I want to hear about this pooper.
All right, alleged mad pooper.
Why?
That's what they're calling this person, the mad pooper. Spokesperson says pooping in public is a First Amendment issue. The Mad Pooper's spokesman has compared her actions.
It's a her.
It's
what?
a her. Her actions to breastfeeding in public.
Wait a minute now. Let's think about this for a second.
Oh, it's Colorado Springs.
Okay. All right. Was that it for that synopsis? Or?
No, I got more if you want to hear.
No, I don't need no more. I'm good.
Hold on, I got to do this.
Okay, what you got?
The woman jogger who has recently been identified as... redacted, has been terrorizing residents by stopping during her runs and literally pooping on their lawns.
Does she pick it up?
Sometimes in front of children.
Oh, no. See, now that just ruined it. You just ruined it.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, yes, you take your dog on a walk. It's going to poop. Pick up the dog's poop. Cool. Yeah. But you running down the street with your joggers on, and you just so happen to think, oh, dang, I got to go number 2. That looks like a nice plot of land. Don't mind if I do. It's like, okay, but if that's freaking disgusting, first and foremost. Second of all, could it be part of her First Amendment? Think about this for a second. Breastfeeding, like, it's okay. Let me ask you this: can a woman get arrested for breastfeeding? It's indecent exposure.
I guess that depends on the jurisdiction it's in.
I mean, to me, I think that's crazy. You have to feed your child, no matter what. Okay, but so so can you get arrested for... Yes, you can. I was going to say taking a pee outside. If you get caught. And a lot of states, they'll give you like sexual... like you have to register as an offender if you get caught peeing outside. What did you just Google?
I'm bringing up the First Amendment. Now, officially what it says, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech.
With all due respect, I just got to read it just because that just sounds like a bunch of big words to me. Just let me see. Okay. So Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech. So basically freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peace
protest.
Yes, To a symbol, okay, and
or a
petition.
symbol.
Okay.
So how does pooping on a lawn fall under the First Amendment?
I guess it doesn't. I
mean, unless you're doing it as a form of protest.
Yeah, but she's just jogging and doing it, just like, hey, I gotta go. And dude, what are you wiping with? Let's go to the Florida guy, please, dude. This is crazy. Please, please, dude.
All right, Florida man driving with clown mannequin had a live grenade in his pickup truck. Probably thought he found an easy way to use the carpool lane. He was doing this driving the carpool lane.
I've known people that have done that.
Police pulled him over in his pickup truck and found a live grenade, drug paraphernalia, and illegal substances. Somehow the grenade isn't the most unusual part. He was driving with a clown mannequin in his passenger seat.
Why does this story sound familiar?
It might have made news.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It might have made news, but keep it real. You ain't never thought, man. Look, we in Atlanta. We got one of the worst traffic in the world.
There's people that do it.
I know people.
Absolutely, people that do it.
I know people.
Yeah.
But the live grenade, when they say live, was the pin pulled? Was it?
I would imagine that. If it's live.
Yeah, but then
unless he's holding it the whole time.
That's what I'm saying. So.
Nah, it's probably just laying under the seat. Man had a grenade. I'm guessing there was a certain substance involved because they said there was paraphernalia there. Yeah. And there is a certain substance that makes people act out in extremely weird ways. And
you talking about PCP?
No, I'm talking about the M. Yes.
But I mean, PCP can. Oh, you ain't driving. You ain't driving on PCP.
People on it do some crazy stuff, man.
I'm aware.
Yeah. The lack of sleep.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that's just one drug I've never.
The delusions that come along with it.
Yeah, I mean,
I've heard stories of people calling the police. That's one thing too, with meth. People tend to interact with the police. They're not afraid of police. Whereas coke, it has the opposite effect,
like,
and
stay
people
away
run from the police.
Yes, like
it's crazy how those two drugs act in opposite ways.
What it is the human brain. Like every night you're supposed to eat and sleep. Now, when you go 3 days without eating, 3 days without sleeping, you start hallucinating. Your brain starts to play tricks on you, and you start calling the cops. I know for a fact there's a parrot in my house that's on the shoulder of a freaking clown. Come get it out.
It's a delusion, yeah.
It's the brain.
Yeah. But yeah, people call the police like, hey, there is a colony of people living under my floor.
Yes, and if you don't get here in the next 20 minutes, I'm finna start digging.
They're under there. I need you to come get them out. And then they get there and find, what is all this?
Oh, look at all your pipes. And
yeah.
You know what, sir? You're under the arrest. Man. Yeah. Guys, don't do drugs. And if you do, let it be natural, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh, this was an interesting podcast.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
This was an interesting. Guys, again, thank y'all so much for all the reception that you guys give us. Leave us some comments on what we were right about, what we were wrong about, and inform us on anything that we brought up in this podcast, and we'll address them in the next podcast with the top 3 comments.
Absolutely.
Anything else you got?
I think that's it for this week.
That's it, guys. With that being said, my name's Barry Hollywood 6. Bye.
I am Larry Smokey Ramirez.
And we are
over and out. Deuces.